Hey guys, this is Crystal, Juniper's mom, and I kind of thought I'd go ahead and share a little bit of our journey so far. So on February 25th, Juniper had a swollen lymph node in her neck area, and her belly was kind of distended and hard. So a couple weeks prior to this, we had went to a doctor's appointment, and they had done just regular checkup, and her labs came back because they check her iron on her regular doctor's appointments for 2-year-olds. And when they checked her iron, it was a little bit low. So we went ahead, we started doing an iron supplement, and they were going to come back a month later and check. But instead, we went back the very next week because the swollen lymph node had come up. And I was a little bit concerned, but my son had also just had flu, and Juniper actually was just getting over bronchitis because that week when they did the blood labs, they actually did a chest x-ray to see if there's any fluid on her lungs, and there was not any concerning things going on with her at that point. So they just sent us home, no big deal. We were going to come back and check blood levels in a month, like I said. But whenever that swollen lymph node came up, we wanted to kind of go in and see what was going on with that. Well, when we went in, they went ahead and they did another check of her iron, and instead of the numbers going up, the numbers had went down even more, which wouldn't have been happening if everything was okay. And our doctor, our PCP, primary care physician, went ahead and she was kind of checking her abdomen, and she said, yeah, it feels like something's hard in there. Maybe she's got something going on. So we got a x-ray in clinic that day, and it showed that the liver was kind of pooching out, and it was didn't look like it was supposed to. So she went ahead and we ordered to do blood draw at the main hospital there and labs. And then we also went ahead and got an ultrasound of her stomach. Well, we went and did that. Of course, she had to be 4 hours of no food or drinks before we could go do that. So we had to wait around in town, and we didn't eat or drink. She luckily took a nap, and our other daughter was with us, and she was getting her 6-month shots that day, so she was kind of fussy about being stuck that long in the car. But lo and behold, we get the results for the lab and the CT, and they call us, and we come on into the clinic to get the results. Me and my husband were thinking, oh, no big deal. It's nothing, oh, she's got something going on with her kidney or her swollen liver, nothing serious. Well, we go in and we get sat down, and the doctor comes in, and she's got a fancy manila folder, and we're like, that's probably not good. So she tells us that they found a mass in Juniper's abdomen near her kidneys, and that we needed to go to Children's. And that was a really big hit. Like, we were not expecting that at all. So me and my husband drive to Children's. They were waiting for us. We go ahead and we go to the ER. We're both just completely in shock, and my husband's like, it's not going to be a big deal. It's okay. If there's a tumor, we'll get it out. No problem. Well, then we got the C word thrown around at us. Nobody wants to hear the word cancer when it comes to your child. So we drive to Children's, and then there they have to do another CT because the one from Russellville didn't transpire, like they didn't send it or something, or it wasn't the information that Children's needed. So after that CT at 12:04, a doctor came in and told us that there were tumors inside our daughter, and then we got moved to the hemonc and oncology floor. My husband and I were like, we don't know what that means. Okay, sure, we'll go right on up, Well, come to find out, that floor means cancer. So, which they hadn't told us it was a definite yes on cancer at that point. We were actually inpatient on the 26th. We just kind of hung out, and she wasn't feeling good, and we were just like, oh, what's happening? And then the 27th, they went in and did surgery, and they went ahead and they removed the lymph node from her neck. That was how they tested to see if it was cancer. Which the bad part is, by them being able to diagnose her from this part, we knew that if that was going to be a yes, then it was definitely cancer. And it came back. She also got her bone marrow aspirates drawn while she was sedated that one time. And since it did come back cancerous, they went ahead and put her port in. Which that port has been such a lifesaver now. We are so thankful for it. We were terrified whenever it happened, but it has been a very huge blessing. But so on the 27th, which is 2 days after we got told, oh, your kid has a tumor, we found out that yes, it was cancer. And then we also found out that it was stage 4, which that's just a fancy number because it had moved to her bone marrow. And then we also found out that night, later on, that it was neuroblastoma and that it had metastasized, obviously, which we had known because they were able to diagnose from the throat. So then our game plan became, we need to figure out where all it's spread and, of course, start chemo. So the 27th, we did all those. We found all the answers, got all the surgeries taken care of. The 28th, we had an echo on her heart, and she got her first blood transfusion. Okay, the echo for her heart is because they need to know what your body is functioning at when you begin chemo. Because after you start chemo, a lot of times chemo can really negatively affect your body in a lot of other ways. So it is possible that it can cause problems with her heart's function. So we got our echo out of the way. Everything looked great. We needed a baseline for where we were starting. And then, let's see, the 29th, we just kind of had a chillaxy day. She had a fever, and they were guessing it was kind of from the port placement. And then the next day, she got a chest x-ray because they were having some fluid on her lungs. It turned out it wasn't a big deal, and they were cool with it. And then we got to go home. Woohoo! The third. No, the second. 3-2. We went home after finding out, holy cow, our kid has cancer. And ta-da, now you've got a port and all these scary things are about to start happening. So that was diagnosis. That was D-Day. That's all I'm going to tell you about it right now. So come along for our next video and I will kind of fill you in on what happens next.